Chefs, what is the beef? Welcome to another video. Cam here, inside the Primera on a Monday morning. So what we're talking about this morning, chef, is mental health. And basically that you need to treat your mental health like a battle to be fought every single day in the hopes that eventually that you're going to win the war. Like, this is a really big thing for chefs, it really is, and it's a really unspoken about thing within the industry as well. I think when I started Chef Fit, maybe I had come into this without realizing the full extent of the problem, the full extent of the suffering that was happening within the industry. And I know from the few chefs, obviously, my own experience working in the industry, and then when I actually coached a couple of the chefs and I realized how dark their situations were, and I realized that when I was in that same situation, that it was like, fuck, that wasn't just me. You know what I mean? I wasn't the only one that was trying to escape reality every night with drugs or booze or, you know what I mean? And I was actively not doing anything with my free time because I felt like I had no free time and it was too precious. And I got myself into a serious rut. And I would say a fucking, a 6 or a 7 month just state of just depression, just extreme unhappiness, very negative. Hating what I was doing, absolutely hating what I was doing, really hated every part of my day, you know what I mean, and dreaded going into work and dreaded having to come back in for the first day and absolutely exhausted all the time. So I kind of got to a bit of a breaking point there where I couldn't really not that I couldn't hack it anymore, but I wasn't willing to fucking take it anymore, do you know what I mean? I wasn't willing to do that to myself, so I made the change in industry. And I see so many chefs on a daily basis that are in this state of just being lost, and anxiety is a fucking big thing. Depression and being in a state of depression constantly is a big thing. It's really tough to see. And first off, you've got to realize that you're not alone in what's happening to you, chef. You're really not. You're not alone in what's happening to you. You're not in this, battle alone. And I think it's for a lot of chefs, they struggle, and you guys struggle to speak about what you're suffering, especially in a kitchen environment. It's very tough to do that in that environment because there's this bravado that comes with it. There's this pissing contest. There's this badge of honor that comes with doing the most hours, that comes with fucking being able to hack it, quote unquote. But behind the scenes, underneath, you're in fucking serious trouble. You're not in a good space mentally, you're not in a good space physically. And what ends up happening then in this point of view, where you end up going down this path, is every day feels like a battle that you've lost, basically. And what I want you to imagine here is that every time you wake up is a new opportunity. Every time you wake up is a new fucking battle to be fought and won. And if you think about the decisions that you make on a daily basis can either lead you to win a battle or lose a battle. It becomes quite simple and it becomes quite clear. By no means is anything going to fix this problem in fucking one shot. That's not what it's going to do. Absolutely not. But again, we can dictate a better outcome if we start making better decisions. So if you think about waking up, and it's like good decisions that will lead you to get a positive outcome is like something like going and exercising. Like for me, I had a couple of drinks yesterday with family, I had some food with family, woke up feeling a bit ropey this morning, and it's like I could fucking, and not feeling good mentally and feeling a bit negative and like, oh fuck, this day's gonna be shit, and waking up with that feeling and going, right, well, I have two choices here. I could either stay in fucking bed, I could write off the day and I could feel like shit and I could not get the things done that I needed to get done, and I'll wake up tomorrow feeling even fucking worse. Or I can make a decision right now to get up off my fucking hole and just get in and get something done in the gym. And it's like, even in doing that was such a fucking big moment where it's like, Grant, right now I know I started my day with something positive. The other things about food, and it's like, eating correctly. Like for a lot of you, it's like the sugar and the shit and the alcohol that goes into you. It's like literally your body is fucking going, what the fuck? And you wake up the next day feeling like shit, and that'll have an effect mentally. But if you think about that battle that you're fighting with your mental health on a daily basis, it's like on the other side of that, there's bad decisions, and I used to do this all the time. I'd make a lot of bad decisions and then I'd wonder why I felt like shit. Like for a lot of you, it could be, you're in this pattern of fucking boozing on a nightly basis, smoking weed then when you get home and staying up late and getting fuck all sleep. And what happens is the next day, obviously you can adapt to this over time, but the reality is you're miserable doing that. You're not happy doing that. And those bad decisions then lead you to being badly rested, fucking unmotivated, lacking energy, and really just being fed up with what you're doing. And that can lead you getting into a state of depression, or get a state of something, suffering with anxiety, going into work, not really too sure, being pent up, all of these things. So I'm not saying that any of these one things is going to fix anything, but what I'm saying is if you can make positive decisions on a daily basis, generally that will give you positive feelings consistently. Whereas on the other opposite end of that, you have bad decisions that then lead to you feeling shit mentally. And if you imagine that battle to be fought, eventually you want to be winning the war. You know what I mean? Eventually you want to be winning the war. And the only way that you win a war is by winning individual battles. Each day is one at a time. Just take it one day at a time and go, okay, cool. Today, what do I need to do today to ensure that I put my head in my pillow tonight and I actually feel okay with myself? That I put my head in my pillow tonight and I feel that, you know, I did what I could to improve this thing. The satisfaction that you gain from doing that is massive. And all that will require of you is, did I make a positive decision today? Did I try and get my foot out the door and go for my run? Did I try and get my foot into the fucking gym? Did I try and eat better? Did I try and cut the booze out tonight? Did I try and do any of these small things? In making those small decisions and winning the day, now you wake up a new opportunity to put more points on the board, and you keep going and you keep building momentum. And this is a journey that I'll try and take every chef in, whether they're coming in with mental health issues or not. It's a step-by-step process. It's a day by day, and you fight on a daily basis, but eventually if you win enough fucking days, you're starting to rack up points and you actually feel like you're fucking starting to make this change, because you are. And once you see that and you feel the result of making a change and you go on this journey, all of a sudden you start detaching away from that person who was really struggling mentally and wasn't in a good place, and now you're becoming this person who has all this positivity, who has, you know, something in their life that they can fucking sink their teeth into outside the kitchen, and all of a sudden they're moving the needle forward again. That's a very powerful start. That's a very powerful journey to be on. But understand that you need to think of each day as a battle. That's what your mental health is. It's a battle daily. And when you see it as a battle daily, each decision either leads us down a good path or a bad path. Do you understand? And sometimes there's always going to be things outside our control. But the best thing that you can do, chef, is realize what's in your control. And what's in your control is your ability to make decisions. So do your best to try and make better decisions. And if you can imagine making better decisions day in, day out, day in, day out, eventually over time you're going to start seeing this result and this change in yourself. And that's when you will feel that you've gone past the point of no return. Why would I ever turn back? I've already gotten this far. Getting started is the hardest. Opening up and talking about how you're feeling is the hardest. But once you put out all the chips on the table, moving forward becomes a much easier proposition. So with that in mind, chefs, that's my video for today. Win your battle today, and I will catch you all very soon. Stay safe.